Yo, I just thought about this topic in my head, and I just really want to get up off my chest because I'm getting dressed, I'm getting ready to, go see my parents and everything. Because it's Sunday, it's raining, and I'm chilling, right? And I just want to make a video because it's just like while I'm sitting here thinking about it and talking to myself in my head, like, yo, this could be like a dope video to make, like why everybody's past matters. And I know a lot of dudes in the dating sphere talks about like, oh, you need to figure out about her past and her past matters, your future matters. And a lot of women says like, oh, my past doesn't matter. You should take me as I am and know me who I am and things of that nature. Like for me, in my opinion, I feel like everybody past matters. Because ladies, if I were to say, hey, since you say yep, the past doesn't matter, would you date an individual who been accused of uh, engaging in Diddy acts with minors? Would you be comfortable of dating a person who is in their past used to beat women, but they're a changed man now, or they say they're a changed man now? Would you date an individual who likes to rob, steal, or been convicted of a SA charge and they're a changed man now? Would you date that individual? And in my opinion, and I know for a fact that at least majority of y'all, if I were to put a number of it, 9 out of 10, or all 10 of y'all would say no. I would not date a man, and because of his past ground and all this information. But then I would sit around and turn around and say, hey, don't judge me about my past, but let me judge you about your past. Like, no, I think everybody's past matters. I remember a few years ago, like when I was single and I wasn't, my older brother was trying to put me on with one of his friends and everything else. And he asked me, he said, hey, before I vouch for you, before I let you know who, before I put you on about this person or get y'all to meet up and things of that nature, he asked me personally, yo, hey, would I stop doing my certain tactics that I do? And the certain tactics that he referring to is digging up and figuring out who am I talking to. And I tell him I can't do it. Me and him had a whole argument about that, where it's like, yo, I want you to deal with this person, but you can't bring your certain ways over there. And I tell him like, yo, what you mean by my certain ways? And I say, you talking about when I try to figure out who I'm dating? Oh, I can't do that. I can't date a person and date an individual, and I can't be who I am, number one. And number two, I ain't gonna get to date an individual and put all my emotional investment into this individual just to find out this other individual is a whole other person. Like for me, I'd rather find out than for somebody else to bring the topic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like if this person were to like, I don't know, let's say hypothetically used to do drugs and they stopped doing drugs and I find out either through the person or through my own research, then if I want to get a pass, I decided to give it a pass because that's something that I jump into. That's something that I discovered and I had the opportunity versus somebody were to come to me and say, hey, she used to do X, Y, and Z. Even if it was to, if she has her OnlyFans, if she was a stripper, prostitute, it's kind of like up in the air for me. I'm not sure if I would do something like that, but it's still underneath the umbrella of whereas I have to say so because I discovered the information or I asked a person and that person gave me the information, not from a third party or not for me. Oh, I decided to drop my guard, deal with this person, and this whole person act a whole different way. Not only that, you want to discover and figure out why is this individual is single. Why are you single? Before I engage in you and deal with you and things of that nature, what's happened in your past? You're pretty, you have all these accolades, you do all this extra stuff. Why are you single? What's going on in your past? You know what I'm saying? like let's say you dated a girl, you try to deal with her, and she is a serial cheater. Like, or she can't get over her ex. You decided not to look into that or try to see if she has those sort of issues that she got going on, and you just deal with her. Y'all get into the argument. She been gone for a week, and you just discovered that, oh, she was with her ex that she said that it was her best friend. Like, for personally, for me, I can never ever date an individual where I don't know the information, because then I have to say so of where, okay, you can't get over your ex. I could walk away, wipe my hand clean. I felt sad and I felt kind of hurt that I had to walk away from you because of this said situation, but I'd rather be hurt now than to be extremely hurt later. You know what I'm saying? Like learning the person that you're talking to, understanding of who you're dealing with is so vital in dating, is so vital in life, that a lot of people think that, oh, it's only just about a sex things or how much body count do she have. Now I'm pretty sure that if your girl ain't out here like that, like having a ridiculous number, because I don't feel like asking an individual body count or how much your body count is, because either A, you're going to be lying, or B, you're going to be telling me some shit. And overall, it doesn't like yes, your past doesn't involve me in a certain way, or where, like, yeah, I wasn't there and you were single and I was single and we didn't know each other and you did your thing. Cool. But it's like, how much committal are you in this relationship that you're willing to work in this situation with me versus trying to work with somebody else? If y'all trying to understand what I'm saying, like, what makes me different from the people in your past. And I think there's a lot of dudes out here who trying to at least try to articulate it instead of trying to use it in a number sense. Because I feel like, oh, if she had like 10 bodies, right, or 5 or 50 bodies, what's the difference between the other 50 and me? Why did you leave the other people and leave them behind than putting up with me? Yeah, it was like a quick sensation of where you just got your thing off, but like, what's the difference between from them and how you're going to treat me different? How am I going to invest my emotional, financial, heart, everything into this relationship that's going to be completely different from the other relationship? How are you going to treat me better than the others? And then I think that's where the correlation is at right there. But for me, I gotta figure out like what's going on in your past. Like, why are you single? What's going on? How are you gonna treat me better? What sort of characteristics that I probably not gonna like, or do I feel like you need to work on in order to be in a healthy relationship for me? Having a healthy standard, and that, I think that's where a lot of people need to focus on right there. Like this is why everybody past matters, because you need to know this information before you step in. You need to understand who you're dealing with, and you can't judge an individual of having unrealistic expectations. That's why you need to have healthy expectations, so that you can either have a realistic, healthy standard. As far as I know for a fact, it's going to be 10 times harder or extremely veteran difficulty, if I was single now and I'm gonna try to date a female that has no that's a virgin, or have body count underneath 5, cook clean, have her own career, treat me like a man, not obsessed with her ex, don't have no kids, black, dark skin at that, and a whole bunch of other things. I know, like, the more features that I added, or the more things that is required for you to talk to me and for you to behave in a certain way, is not going to match up when I go out there, because why? We are human and we flawed. But I need to know who I'm dealing with. I need to know what sort of situation you got going on in the past. Are you stuck with your ex? Are you selfish? Are you mean? Are you have a terrible taste in men? Are you have a great relationship with your father, have a great relationship with your mother, have a great relationship with males, period. Why do you like me a lot? Do you like to love bomb me or love bomb individuals to get what you want? And as soon as they tell you no, you engage in certain behaviors. How can you handle the word no? Do you like to work out? What's your favorite ice cream? Like, what sort of things that transpired in the past that make you are who you are today? And that goes on both sides of the fence, for not only relationships, but also for friendships. Because you don't want to be friends with a plain fucking creep. You don't want to be friends with an individual who has problems, and then now you're associated with this said individual. So now, anytime they get into a situation, you involved in the situation because you're involved with them. So that's really all my intake about that. I hope y'all like what I have to say. I think I got everything out of my mind about this topic. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care.